Everyone, I'm here to do the reading for the lovely sign of Cancer. Cancer, if you're watching this, it's more than likely that you identify as a Cancer sun. We do. In Western astrology, we often sort of follow our sun sign. It's not the only aspect of who you are. So your moon sign's equally as important. If you are interested in finding out more about your astrology, and I love it now because people are commenting everywhere. So we've got a lot of people doing this now. Whip into Google and Google a natal chart or a birth chart. Cafe Astrology have one. You can put in the details of your birth and get yourself a report on where the planets were when you were born. If you don't have your time of birth, you can still get a natal report. However, your ascendant or your rising is dependent on your time of birth. There are people that can work that out, but if you are unsure, you can perhaps ask someone. If nobody seems to know, then maybe just trust your intuition and pick a time that you were born and see if that sign resonates with you, because sometimes if your intuition's really peaked, you might actually tune in on that. But then you can have a look at your moon sign, your rising, and some of the other aspects in your chart. For example, if you want to look at your work, you could look at Saturn, see where Saturn was placed, and it will give you the reading that is relevant to your career. You can even, my understanding is, work out what sort of person you would marry or be suited to. So it's really interesting. So go and do it. It will do yourself a favor. It's good fun. And the reports are great. You can look back on them and read them gradually. Sometimes they look a bit more complicated, but if you go to the bottom of the report, it's much easier to read. All right, if you are interested in a personal reading with me, the Aussie Goddess, all one word, no numbers, straightforward writing at gmail.com. And I can send you some information. If you're interested in joining the channel or supporting the channel, then you can just press join or membership underneath and you will become part of the crew. I think that's everything. All right, we're going to use the Celtic Universal Tarot for your reading, Cancer. Let's see where we go. All right, I have a little chuckle to myself. Where are we going? All right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles coming straight out, talking of work. The Eight of Pentacles is a card that talks about working. It talks about working on something, working in a job, building a career. It's very much about work. For me, it often comes out when people have been doing a lot of self-work. So if you're doing a lot of learning to work on your inner child, you're learning to become more confident, to learning to educate yourself, whatever, this card will often come out. It also comes out when something is affecting you because of your work. So if you're going through work and you don't like what you're doing, or you want to change jobs, that's the card that generally comes out. So behind that we have the Four of Cups. So there's dissatisfaction. There's boredom at work, dissatisfaction. Maybe you've been doing the same job for some time. I'm really drawn to the sign, the Celtic sign above the head in this particular one. It's the I think it's a lotus, isn't it? But anyway, somebody might tell me what it is, somebody who's a bit more knowledgeable. But there is something about this sort of, it's either you're doing a job that you're bored with or you're trying to look for something different, but you don't know where to start. And there comes something your way. Do you know the Knight of Pentacles is often about work as well? Pentacles, money, resources. When the Knight comes in, very often it's a slow process. So maybe you've been looking for something for a while because what you're doing is not suiting you. Maybe you're bored, but you've been trying for a while and nothing's been happening. Something is on its way to you, but it doesn't make me feel like it's a new job. It feels like some of you are wanting a complete change or a complete new direction here. All right, and we have the King of Wands coming through with the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, nice energy. I feel like somehow or another you may want to move into something where your skills are recognized, or you are feeling like you want to branch out and become self-employed. but it's almost like you need a change. You need a complete change. My partner's been working in the same job for 20 years, and I feel like that just blows my mind every time he talks about it. He had a lot of jobs when he was younger until he found something he liked, and he stayed there for a really long time. And the one before, he was in for a really long time too. So it's crazy, that's a long time in a job. But he loves his job. That's the difference. Where you and I might be bored out of our brains by now, he loves his job. So occasionally he'll say to me, I don't want to go to work today, but for the most part, he loves what he does. All right, so we have the Nine of Wands coming through. Definitely something you've been going through. Ten of Cups is here. Queen of Pentacles is here. Oh my goodness, now I see that Queen of Pentacles. We had the King of Pentacles there, didn't we? For some of you, I might be talking about a relationship. But because you've got the Strength card here, look, I think with the Nine of Wands, there's more than likely been that cycling, where you sort of wake up one day and you think, that's it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get out of this job. I'm going to get out of this relationship. I'm going to move on. I've had enough. And it's possible that's why you could be working on yourself or working, planning, strategizing about how you're going to move away from something. So it may not necessarily be work for you per se. If it's a personal business or a self-employment, you could be slowly progressing through that, trying to work out how you can put steps in place. So for example, when I first started doing this work, I was working full time, and the thought of giving my job away freaked me out totally, and I just didn't know how much money I would have. So the first time I tried to do it, I after a couple of months I freaked out, totally went back to work. I just couldn't trust the universe at all. And then work really started to get to me. I really started to find it so unenjoyable, and I really felt like I wanted to spread my wings. So the next time around, what I did was I said to the universe, all right, I really want to give my job away and do this work. And what I need from you is somewhere upwards of $10,000 in the bank. I want to be able to save at least $10,000, and then I'll give my job away and I'll have a little bit of a backdrop and see how that works for me. So I accumulated, I think in the 12 months after that, $16,000. And I thought, well, I've done it. I've done it. I've just been earning from my job. I was doing a little bit of this on the side, and I saved $16,000. And I thought, that's good. I've got a little bit of a stop there now. So at the end of the day, if I don't have any income or my income slows right down, I can fall back on my savings. But it never did. It never did. I think the only thing that made me feel like I wanted to go back to work was because I wanted to connect with people again. And it was lovely doing that on the internet and on Zoom, but you sort of, when you're online all the time, you don't always have the mechanisms in place to keep yourself socially active. So it was really good because I did a lot of that during COVID. So it was awesome. But now I sort of think sometimes, yeah, I love it when I do a job or I get offered something, especially if it's short term, which gives me the opportunity of getting out the house. Okay, so I was sorry, that was a really big spiel, but obviously somebody needed to hear that, because whoever you are here, you're definitely reviewing. You're definitely looking at your money. You're looking at how you can build your personal strength. So it could be that you're retraining. It could be that you are, just doesn't matter. There comes a point when you go, I just want to be out of the house. I want to be doing something. Let's keep going here. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. Something's about to come in. Look, you've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool card here with the Wish card. So something is about to drop in your lap, but I don't necessarily think it could be a job. If you are looking to move away from a relationship or something that's creating this energy for you, where you keep making your mind up, you're going to do something, and then you just back off because you don't have what you feel it takes, whether that is internal, like courage or self-reliance, then something is going to help you move forward here. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean, like I used to think, I just wish somebody would come in and save me or rescue me rather than having to make this decision. It's not like that. If it is something to do, because you're getting a brand new beginning here, the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups here, because this says to me the universe is ready to step in and help you with something. And the Nine of Cups is a wish card. With that Fool card in the middle, that's the one that requires you to take some sort of leap of faith at something. Now, it could be that somebody just steps into your life and offers you a job, or you walk in a shop and there's a sign up saying, you know, we need someone. If it is about a relationship, sometimes you're just, I've done it so many times where I feel like I just put out the universe, you know, what I need, and all of a sudden it's on the television, or it will come through in the movies or whatever. And it's so impactful that it's that epiphany moment. I've told people before, Eat, Pray, Love was like full of those for me. Not that I wanted to pack up and go and live overseas. It was nothing like that. But some of the things she said really hit home for me. So sometimes you can be watching something, reading something, even a book. Try reading some of the, you know, like well-known books that, you know, and finding if you're drawn to something. You know, I can remember with a book I had ages ago, and I can't remember, it's Paul Coelho's book, about the kid. Somebody will put it up here, about the young boy. And I remember, you know, people saying to me, you should read that book. And I was like, yep, sure, get round to it one day. I've got probably a dozen books sitting there that are waiting to be read. I particularly like novels because they get me out of my head. But somebody said to me, oh, The Alchemist, right. Now, we don't need to do it. I remembered it was The Alchemist, right? And somebody said to me, you should read that book. And I went, yep, sure. I'll buy a copy and put it on my bookshelf. So I think about 5 people had said it to me over a period of time. And one day I found to myself, oh, The Afterlife of Billy Fingers was another one. And I remember thinking, oh, I've got a little bit of time, I'll read that. And I read it in no time at all. It probably only took me a day, day and a half to read through it. And there were so many moments in that book where it nearly brought tears to me, or it sort of brought that, you know, feeling of, oh my goodness, I never thought of that, or I never saw that, or it touched something deep within me that brought that emotion to the surface. And there were so many things in that particular book. In fact, I probably will read it again, that really sort of hit home for me. And I remember thinking I'd been told about that book over probably maybe 20 years, and I just never did it. I never read it. So I won't do it anymore. So now when I have something like Eat, Pray, Love, I go and buy the book and read it. I did love the movie though. So to me, there is something coming to you here. Look at this, Ace of Pentacles. There is money coming. Some Knight of Wands coming through very, very quickly here. And look at that, Judgment, restart. One more card, I'll pull it from the middle of the deck. That one wanted to come out, Ace of Cups. All right. So something that you love, that you've wanted, you've working towards it here. And even if you can't see it at the moment, you're manifesting. So something is about to drop in your lap that will help you move forward and do something different. Now, for some of you, it may mean that you've been working on your life. You may have been working on your existence, trying to change something. It's possible here. This may be a little bit like the What's Cracking reading again. I do feel here that you're bored, you're dissatisfied, you're waiting for something to come, but it's taking a long time. I feel like here with this King of Wands and Nine of Pentacles that something really good is heading your way. Be open-minded, wait for the signs from the universe. You know, if you're walking towards a place that you love to work and there's a rainbow, then take that as a sign that it may be a really good indication that something is coming very, very soon. Alrighty, Cancer. If you're not sure and you've come in the reading halfway through it, this is the reading for Cancer. So let's pull you an oracle card. Leo reading will be done on Monday because I'm not reading tomorrow. So, all right. Oh, the 5th ray of intellectual knowledge. Let's see what that means. Card 42. Oh, I went right to it too, which is always good. The fifth ray of intellectual knowledge has come to you as a spiritual gift. You're being given the ability to find information you need. Understand systems that impact your life and find clarity in any issue that has seemed unclear or overwhelming. You shall soon sort the truth from the lies and learn what you need to know. The Archangel Raphael now assists you in integrating the blessings of the fifth ray. Discernment is not judgment, but it does allow you to make informed decisions based on frequency. Discernment helps you navigate through illusions and find the real gems. There is something going to be shown to you here, some sort of sign you're going to get that's going to help you see things more clearly. Maybe you want to do something and all of a sudden you see an advertisement for a university offering you the very course that you've been thinking about. So whatever it is, it's going to bring great change and great relief if you're in that Four of Cups energy. All right, much love.